Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones daily review. We're starting off with the weekly chart, and you can see we've already had a start. Yesterday the market was open, but very low volumes, not much happening, being Easter Monday. But we still have pulled back quite nicely to a few levels. Yeah, now I just want to zoom in so you see what I'm talking about here. So from a weekly perspective, we have this high, this weekly high here, and this weekly high here. That's kind of the area that we are hovering in at the moment, okay? And then what we do have is this swing high here. Now, this swing high, which is almost a double swing high, is definitely a level that I'm pretty interested in getting long. That is 26,289, 26,290. That's kind of an area that is really interesting for me from a perspective to get long. Okay, whether we pull back to that area is another story. Let's just zoom back out again. Okay, so now you can see we've got these two weekly levels here. You can see how, from a daily perspective, how the seller stepped in, and then we closed above it. And then yesterday, the market was driven down ever so slightly back into this area. Okay, now anything that I do on a pullback, that is going to be my stop area. Okay, so 26,071. So at this stage, that is a massive stop area. So let's just see what else we can find on the lower time frames. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a mess here on the 4 hour. We are ambling to the downside ever so slightly. Lots of tails all over the place, so a little bit of indecision. Obviously, I'd like to see something like this transpire, but we're still ambling down on the awesome oscillator. You can see how there was a high and it's just getting lower and lower and lower all along. And that is normally a signal that you're going to have some kind of a pullback or even a little bit more consolidation. Now bear in mind that there's a lot of results coming out this week, specifically on the S&P. Obviously the Dow's only 30 stocks in it. We've had a few big ones already, but there's quite a bit coming out today and this week. And I have a feeling that the market is still just waiting to see what's happening with these results, to see what they want to do, whether they're going to push it higher or whether we're going to range or alternatively start falling. Okay, now the trick for me right now is we need to be looking for longs. We need to be looking for long entries, and you need to look at every single scenario you possibly can think of for a long entry. Now, this was a channel for last week. We broke out. We haven't quite tested it. Okay, so that's another area that you need to pay attention to at the moment. If I just tidy that up like that. So we came back yesterday a little bit to try and test it. If you look where we are on the hour in relation to the alligator at the moment, I would say probably another pullback to come and test this area, come and bounce off the 200 EMA again. However, there is another little picture here that we need to pay attention to. And I'm going to do it like that. And I'm going to do it like that. Okay, now that's kind of what we can see at the moment, but bear in mind that yesterday, for all intents and purposes, was a public holiday, so I'd take that with a pinch of salt at the moment. And what we need to do is just look for 1 hour fractals. Now there's a 1 hour fractal there, which we didn't quite break out of. But if we break down to this level, rally and bounce off the underside of this consolidation triangle, then obviously you've got a measured move of 170 points to the downside that you can expect, which I would assume is going to be this area here, which is pretty close. Okay, so let's just delete that. And let's delete that. Never trust a diagonal line. Delete that. That gives us our levels we need to pay attention to. In actual fact, it could be that one there. Okay, so yeah, I think wait and see for the European Open to see what happens. But alligator is sleeping at the moment, so, and you can see in the triangle we are consolidating. By looking at this on the hour, I would say we're looking for a little bit more downside this morning at least, possibly coming back to this gap, this level right there, or alternatively just staying in this triangle until the market open. Okay, so I'd be very cautious about what's going on this morning and just wait and see the European Open to see what's going to happen. But we should be looking for longs if we are looking at our higher time frames. The trend was down for a week and then up, consolidate, broke up on Friday. So now I would still say this move to the upside is what we're looking for. We've created a new high. It's coming back. And the last thing I want to do is just put a Fibonacci on this. Let's just get some levels. So we're at the 50%. 61.8 is pretty much close to the level that I've got marked here. And 72.6 is almost on this inside tail here. Okay, so in other words, I'm looking for, not sure if I'm looking for more of a pullback or if we should be waiting for a break. Okay, let's just summarize what we're looking for. So this is a consolidation. Bear in mind that this is all after hours holiday trading here, so volumes are going to be light, and the buyers possibly just waiting for a better entry, and that's kind of my opinion at the moment. So we should be looking for a long entry. What I also see is that there's a lot of people just sitting on the sides waiting for these earnings to come out to see what's really going to transpire the next quarter. Okay, so my advice right now is as follows. Pick up your two fractals. There they are there. A break either side. We're looking at the 30 minutes. So a break and a 30-minute close above is going to give us confidence that we're moving to the upside, and a break with a 30-minute close below is going to give us not really some confidence. I'd rather just wait for one of the bigger weekly levels to find some support and then get in long again, because the trend is up and that's what we should be looking for. Okay, so the levels that you need to be watching are 26,479, 26,480, and 26,530, 26,540. So 26,540 is what you want to look for to the upside, and 26,178 or 180 is what you need to look at for the downside. I suspect we stay inside this range for most of the day until the US Open, and from there we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of my view at the moment. Still looking for longs, but these tails on the upside from last week do concern me. There are sellers waiting here. So, we could be looking for a much deeper pullback, which would make sense to me. And something around the 26 to 40 area is kind of what would make sense to me. A nice deep pullback, bit of consolidation, and then an opportunity to get in long with a stop below below 26, below 26,070, below 26,065, give you a bit of wiggle room. But bear in mind, we also do have this big gap at the downside. So if we do come down to this area, there's also a distinct possibility that we aim for this gap. So you'd have to wait for price action as well. But anyway, as it stands now, you're looking for longs. I'm not comfortable getting in long at this level where we are now. Okay, these tails here are telling a fairly decent story that you need to be careful. Okay, just closing off on the 6 minute, and this is probably the best way to trade this thing at the moment, is trade off a lower time frame like a 6 or a 5 minute chart. And you can see currently the trend is up, it's changed, it's been tested. So you'd be looking for longs, but no, not at this time in the morning. The swaps are pretty high. Okay, there we go. That's kind of my view at the moment. You can use a 15 minutes as well if you want to. Look at the 15-minute fractals and work with that, but they're pretty close to the 30-minute from what I can see at the moment, so it's not going to make any difference. And you can see this is indicating another move to the downside, which is very possible. So often what you find is this first move of the morning, then we really often find another move to come and test us to create a double bottom. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's my view at the moment. Watch these two levels, and that's going to indicate the direction for the day. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.